What's going on, guys? It's Crit. We're doing another Tiermaker. Well, I guess the first one on the Pokemon channel, but we've done a few of these over on the D&D channel. But I figured we'd start out with the easiest, and this is completely opinionated before you hop in the comments and complain that I didn't put your game where I should have. This is based on my own personal experience of these games, ranking all of the Pokemon mainline games that have come out. So, explaining the ranks, we got S+, which is really, really good, F, which is really, really bad, everything in between. NA, we're going to use for games that I either haven't played or pretty much that's it. I think that's it. I've played just about everything here. So, other than that, I haven't played green version, obviously, because it's Japanese, but we do have red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the way up to, it says Legends Arceus, but of course that game is not out at the time of the recording of this, so we won't be able to rank it. Some of these are out of order. Alright, so all the way up to BDSP, which I have played and beat. So we'll start out red, blue, yellow. Honestly, they are the first generation of games. They started everything out, but as games alone, they're not that great. So honestly, I'd put them here in C tier, maybe with yellow at B tier, because I feel like the third game is always better. It's the culmination of the other two. So you'll probably see the same thing where it's like a tier above for Crystal, Emerald, things like that, Platinum. But honestly, I mean, they're not great games. I mean, they're good, but like, compared to what we have now, they don't hold up as well as, say, Gen 3. Gen 1 and 2 were kind of, which we'll do the same thing. I put gold and silver here and crystal in B just because, it's the same thing. I guess we could put them a little higher because they have Kanto, but same thing. They're older games. They don't hold up as well now compared to some of the newer stuff, whereas Gen 3, I think, is the first time like within the series that it's like a game that I could go back to and play now and it still holds up well. So speaking of which, I would put Ruby and Sapphire top of B tier. No, we'll put them in A tier with Emerald and S+, because it is just so much better. Ruby and Sapphire, I loved playing Sapphire. I played it so much. But Emerald, of course, is the culmination of both of those, and it's probably one of the most beloved Gen 3 games, just because it did have everything. Hoenn Dex is great. All the legendaries are great. The starter lines are all great. I think I docked Gen 2 a little bit because I'm not a huge fan of the Gen 2 decks. But, I mean, yeah, Emerald, of course, S+. Fire Red, Leaf Green, the other two Gen 3 games. I'll put Fire Red up here in S, and Leaf Green, like, I guess B, just because I played Fire Red. I put it higher, and Charizard, gets that bonus tax, just like every game and every form he gets. But I love Fire Red, Leaf Green. Remakes of Kanto, I've probably played through Fire Red probably 20 times. It's my favorite go-to for Gen 3. It and Emerald, I play a lot, but I love Fire Red. The only reason it's down a little bit is because, Emerald being a third game had a culmination and added content versus Ruby and Sapphire, whereas Fire Red, Leaf Green didn't really get that treatment, so we'll just put it there. Leaf Green, just A tier, just because Venusaur. Gen 4, honestly, Diamond and Pearl, I'll put them at like top of B tier. They're good games, but the dex is not great, like the options, whereas Platinum's S+, because again, it fixes the problems of its predecessor, and it is a great game, but like the fire Pokemon choices are not good. The decks in Diamond and Pearl base games are not good. I loved playing them. I remember going to the midnight release for Diamond and getting it, but Platinum, of course, was better. And then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I put them S tier, just below Fire Red, Leaf Green. They're great games. I don't put them S+, because again, I don't love Gen 2's decks. I know this is a 4th gen game, so it has Gen 3 and 4 in it too, but it is S tier. You go to Kanto after you beat Johto. Can't beat that. It's just not on the same level as Emerald and Platinum, in my opinion. Yeah. Black and White, honestly, B tier, just above Diamond and Pearl. I've played them. I don't remember a lot. Like, it wasn't super memorable. Gen 5's Dex is just kind of forgettable, in all honesty. I don't know. It's just not my favorite generation. They're good games, I admit that, but they're not great. Then Black 2 and White 2 I'd put here just because, again, story was good, but just the decks. I don't love Gen 5's decks. It's got some good standout points, but it's not amazing. The starters are not amazing. They're all right, but I don't know. Just I'll put them there. I didn't play a lot of Black 2, White 2, though. Just kind of beat it and was done with it. X and Y, I'm actually playing through these games again, which might influence this rank a little bit, but I just put them top of A tier. They're good games. I don't hate them. The Dex is good. It introduced fairy typing. Mega Evolutions is great and all, but this game, like, it just hands you a team that it wants you to use. It's like, I think at one point you get the Snorlax, which is basically a gift because you're supposed to catch it. You get handed a Lucario, you get handed a Lapras, you get handed your starter plus a Kanto starter. Like, there's almost your entire team just off of freebies. I didn't love that aspect of it. Otherwise, they're great games. I love that the 3D form that it went into. I do love the top-down style of Gen 3 is still my favorite style of game, but I did like X and Y. I'm playing through it again, playing through Y currently. I'm trying to work on my living decks, and that's where I'm at with it, but they're good games. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, I'll put them just above Ruby and Sapphire. They are improvements, but they're not S tier yet. They're good. I like that it gives another spin. The post-credits, or post-game with Rayquaza and all that. Deoxys, it's great. Mega Evolutions added. Primal Forms, great. But just not... Actually, we'll put them above X and Y. They're better than X and Y. But it's just still not up on that S tier. It doesn't give you access to another region like Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And Gen 3, of course, I just love Fire Red. And then it's definitely not S+ with Emerald and Platinum. Sun and Moon, honestly, put them down here. They're alright games. I didn't love the change from Gym to the Island Kahunas and the Totem Pokemon. The Dex is pretty good, I'll give them that, but it's just not my go-to. Not my go-to game. So then I guess with Sun and Moon, we'll put them right here below X and Y, just because, again, I didn't love this change in style of the game versus the 8 gems. Move on, go for it. Yeah, controversial take though. Let's Go, I actually think are good games. I know a lot of people do not like them, but I actually found them to be fun. I played them with my daughter and my wife. It's not a bad game. I played Let's Go Eevee because, of course, Eevee Gang. Where would I put it? Put it probably here. I'd rather play it than Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They're good games. I know it looks a little biased, I'm just oh yeah, they're all good games. These ones are just biased because they're older, blah blah blah. But I didn't hate these. I wish that the catch mechanic, you could have had the option to play it like an old school Kanto remake, just basically getting Fire Red, Leaf Green again. But it's not. It's a change of pace. It's fun. It's more kid friendly. If you have kids trying to play it, it's good. Sword and Shield. This might be controversial too, but honestly, I'd put them up here in S tier. The story's good, the dex is good, the legendaries are good. You get DLCs to add more to the game. I feel like this is a good step for Pokemon to take with this generation. The starters have grown on me. Originally, I didn't care for them that much, but over time they've kind of grown on me. Inteleon I really hated, but after playing the TCG, that kind of helped with that one too, because it is a good card, a good Pokemon, and the design's kind of rubbed off, and it's made more sense and it's looked better to me. I was a little disappointed with how he looked after seeing Sobble, but I love Cinderace line. Rillaboom is alright, but the games in general, the story, the legendaries, all that, I'd put it in S tier. And then BDSP, I don't think this is a controversial take, but they're good games, but I'd maybe play them over Sapphire and Ruby just because they're newer. Actually, we'll put them above Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because they are newer, but they're so glitchy, and it's just kind of I feel like it was just put out for Legends Arceus as a primer to get everybody back into Gen 4 and realizing what's going on there. I don't know. There's something left to be desired. I like the chibi art form to an extent because it goes back towards that, like I said, Gen 3 style, like top-down game. But I feel like the game would have benefited so much more if it was Sword and Shield style, like 3D open world-ish, like the wild area and stuff. But they're not bad games. None of these are bad games. Even these ones down here in C are not bad games. They just haven't held up to the test of time so much. And then, of course, Legends Arceus goes into NA because it hasn't been played yet. If we're ranking it based off of what I've seen so far, it'd probably be like up here, top of A tier, just based on what I've seen, because it does look like it's going to be fun, but it's definitely going to be a different experience. And I feel like people are hyping it up maybe a little bit too much. So we'll wait and see. That's at the end of the month. We'll see how that goes. We might have some videos on it, but that's my tier list. That's where I'd put everything. I'm sure I'm going to be told I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion from my playthroughs and how likely I am to want to play them again and go back through them. So if you guys liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so that you don't miss an upload. Part 2 of the Nuzlocke should be coming soon for BDSP. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.